Well, authorities in Texas have started arresting migrants illegally crossing the border as the state's battle with the Biden administration continues to percolate. The arrest defying a cease and desist letter sent by the administration calling on Texas to allow federal Border Patrol agents back into that area taken over by the state's National Guard. Correspondent Allie Bradley's live for us in Eagle Pass, Texas, with more on this border battle. Allie.
Yeah, the federal fight here, Nichole, intensifying. Of course, we know DHS, the Biden administration, saying they want full access here to Shelby Park. Texas is saying no way. In fact, they're actually doubling down. Check this out. This is new concertina wire that they just put up, and it is actually topped with the anti-climb barrier up here. So we've seen a lot of individuals come through the river and over these Connex boxes here. This is there now to prevent that. And you can see right over here across the river, there's a lot of activity here in Eagle Pass. Right now, though, on the Mexican side, you can see Mexican officials. And then we also just can also report that Director McCraw with Texas DPS just arrived here at Shelby Park as well. Now, this all comes as we have new video that shows Texas DPS arresting 10 migrants who did cross the Rio Grande illegally this morning and climbed over those Connex boxes that don't yet have that concertina wire there up on top there. Now, 2 others among those 10 were also arrested just moments ago. Now, Lieutenant Olivares with Texas DPS is saying that troopers are enforcing criminal trespass on single adult men and women right now if they cross into Texas illegally. The undocumented individuals, they are not being turned over to Border Patrol. Instead, they're being put in jail on those trespassing charges. Now, Texas says the arrest cut off some of those pull factors of people entering the country illegally. This as both sides right now are concerned of a potential confrontation. We're talking about the federal administration and the state level law enforcement. Sources with Border Patrol tell me that their agency actually wants an agent to be down here in the park with a body camera along the river in case a confrontation breaks out so that they can have documented proof of that. So DHS gave Governor Abbott till the end of day on Wednesday to grant them that full access. That didn't happen. DHS threatened to take it to the Department of Justice, but we have yet to see a filing there. Now, the White House and DHS both accused Texas officials of blocking agents from helping 3 migrants in distress. A tragic situation there where a woman and 2 children drowned. The Biden administration, however, has admitted that those 3 migrants died at least an hour before Border Patrol even sought access to the park. Homeland Security Committee Chairman Mark Green says DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, who the House is actively trying to impeach right now, as we know, is falling down on securing the border, and Texas is within its right to step in.
The real issue is that Secretary Mayorkas is not living up to his constitutional mandate to protect the borders of the country. And the state of Texas has said under the Constitution that they have a right to do so when the federal government fails. And I believe, what Texas is saying is the right position on that issue.
It's over your right shoulder.
Okay, so right now we can see that Border Patrol does have a boat in the water right here at the boat ramp. And I can tell you this, that Border Patrol has never been blocked from putting their boats in the water or retrieving their boats. They have had access to this boat ramp. What DHS wants is they want that full access. They want to be able to process and receive migrants here. Texas is saying that isn't going to happen. And there was a victory for the Abbott administration here this week as well. The 5th Circuit Court of Appeals granted them an extension, the rehearing of the case, Nichole. So for those buoys, those big orange marine barriers, those will be able to stay in place until that case is heard now in May. So a lot going on in Texas. Yeah. When I tell you there's a lot of activity, Dave, I'm going to ask you, I'm sorry, they're telling me to wrap, but I just want to show you here. So we've got Director McCraw over here, along with Florida Wildlife Commission and other DPS officials. Okay, Nichole, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.